Hey everybody, this is John and welcome to the free video. So one of the things I wanted to point out today was the skew. This is the highest I've ever seen the skew. You can see where it closed today. So obviously if you guys saw the stock market did have a good rally. This is worrisome to say the least. So what does that mean? If we do go over here and we take a look at the S&P futures or SPX, whatever you're looking at, yes, we got a good bounce today. What normally happens, even on end-of-the-world trades, is that after a big screaming bounce, we get a short covering rally. If we only get to the 382% retracement, that would be very bearish. What's more normal is we get to the 50 and the 618. So, you know, I wouldn't be surprised if we could get at least to, like, say, 2040. But I would want to be shorting there. So I don't know if we're going to get there. I mean, bond market has been very, very strong. But with the skew as high as it is, today was a gift for any longs to, you know, accumulate maybe a little bit of profit. But if tomorrow, you know, we do kind of wake up and it's like, wow, stocks are continuing to push higher, I definitely would take advantage of flipping out any longs. Today in the trading room, we caught a nice trade in AutoZone. That's one of the longs that I'm talking about. So for AutoZone, we got some in-the-money calls that expire in July and some out-of-the-money calls that expire in July with the idea that, I mean, this thing is just ready to go. And what I like about AutoZone is that even when the market was going down on Brexit Friday, the stock was strong. Okay, so this stock obviously could care less about the markets. It could care less about the skew. That, if I'm going to be long something, that is the kind of stock that I want to be long. In terms of the voodoo levels, we did have a great trade on REGN. So this one was actually, it was pretty nice. So, you know, we pushed through the fire line. So then we placed an order to buy puts on a rally to the fire line. It got filled. And then we placed an order to get out on a move down to the snow line. And it was just like clockwork. That's one of the easiest trades I think that we've done in a while in terms of like, oh, wow, we got filled. Oh, wow, we got filled. You know, and it dropped like $20 from where we got in. So that was a nice trade, and we'll continue to look at that and see if there's another setup that comes up in REGN. And the other thing here is on the SPX. So there's some decent open interest here at 2050 and also at 1950. So we did one of these on both. You can see the 1950. We sold that for that one we sold for 950 on Monday, and you can see the S&P today rallied 35 points. And of course, you know, our max loss on this is 50 cents. That's $500 against a max profit of 9,500. So that's great. And then here's the 2050. Now, if we rally up to 2050 with the idea that we may roll over, one of the things that we could do here is buy back the short put. Now, this is a little too expensive at this point. If we bought it back right now, it is at $22. So if we bought it back, we'd still have some exposure. But what I would like to, what I'd like to see here is if we rallied up to 2050 on SPX, I'm not sure if we could get that far, that as this drops and it looks like we're going to roll over, we could then buy the short put back, and then we have a long position where we're long the 2040 put and we cruise lower. I mean, obviously it'd be based more here. That's actually not bad. If it got to the point where the long put was less than $10, I'd be willing to buy the short put back, and that gives us some pretty decent, you know, that's decent, you know, worthwhile exposure. Obviously the 19, and then if the 1950 one, that's essentially setting up if we crash, you know, back to 1950 before the end of the week. All right, and for those of you that are not aware, on upcoming Saturday, July 9th, we do have a class coming up, the Simpler Trend Trading System. And this is it's great because I know there's a lot of people that just trade different things. Some people like to focus on day trading. Other people like to focus on end of day trading. And I just think it's important that you get the relevant experience and benefits of each. And the benefits of end of day type trading is that you're not going to get caught up into the psychological stuff, and you're not going to be wasting a lot of time staring at charts, and you can just kind of catch the trend whether it is up or down. Okay. So again, this will be Saturday, July 9th from 12 to 4 Central Time. And what this focuses on is the Simpler Stocks Trend Trading course. And this is one, if you haven't seen it before, this is from Tucker. He's been trading this for, I think it's over 5 years now, and day in and day out, he just kind of sits there and follows the system, very simple, and takes advantage of no matter whatever's going on in the market without having to stare at charts all day long. Now, if you are, as you scroll down the page, if you're just interested in the system itself, the system is $297. And again, what's nice is the system's already been created. It's all laid out. You get the system, and then you start. It starts setting up all the different things that you need. You know, all the documentation's there, the Excel spreadsheet's there, the setup and maintenance procedures are there, so it's great. If you're interested in getting a class to kind of go through all this stuff, you know, kind of point by point, get questions answered and stuff like that too, you've got a class that'll cover it. So the system, again, is $297. If you want to do the system in the class, it's $497. And there's also a scanner that'll find all this stuff for you for just $47 a month. So, and you'll see the link here. If you go to simplertrading.com/SSTT, it'll bring you to this page. And again, just for the system, it's $297. The system in the class, $497. And if you are interested in the scanner that also finds all these trades for you, it's just $47 a month. You can read the bullet points. It's going to be a great class. It's this Saturday, July 9th, and looking forward to seeing you there.